OlimoLeague, but this game started up here real quick. I guess these guys have been on hold for a little bit of time, so we didn't want to hold them up. I'll talk about the Patreon program here in a sec, but because we're getting into the game, let's kick off these intros. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rifkin Cassidy with Namshar. It's the Dream Pool edition of the OlimoLeague, and in this fresh best of 3, spawning in the top left corner of the map, it is the Green Terran player alive.
Excuse me, yeah, and in the bottom right, oh yeah, now I remember who this is. Okay,
yes.
Playing for NRS. It is Hunter. I played this guy in Go for It 2, I think, actually. That's why I recognize the name.
This guy's got some infamy around him, though. I'm not quite sure on the details, and it's never been proven, so I'm not trying to accuse him of anything, but I've heard a lot of people talk about this guy map hacking, and he's changed his alias around like 40 times. Like, I like this. Like, I've seen him play a lot, and I wish him the best of luck, and I'm not saying anything, and no one get out your pitchforks. I'm just saying.
Oh,
like,
wait, is that Ghost? Oh,
yeah, so this guy's had some infamy
around
around him. He's had some infamy around him. We'll, of course, keep a close eye on him in this series. We'll see if anything looks a bit strange or fishy, but give him the benefit of the doubt, guys. I like to believe in the good of people.
I thought this guy was Korean, but I don't... If it's the guy you're talking about, he's not Korean.
Okay, well maybe it's not that, because he's on Neurosoft, right? The European team, I don't know, but...
yeah.
Anyways, to talk about the Patreon program real quick as we get into this best of 3, the Patreon program, for those who don't know, is what funds the OlimoLeague. It's really cool. This is not a tournament sponsored by some corporation or a graphics card or like anything trying to get like exposure. This is a tournament because the community wanted it. The community needed it. So the Axiom manager, OlimoLeague, she every single week, holy moly, hashtag, every single week she organizes this tournament. The prize pool is provided by you guys. If you check out the Patreon page, it actually shows the different tiers and the amounts that every dollar that goes into this. It's been very transparent. So right now we're kind of, I believe, on the next level of what am I thinking here? Milestones. Sorry, I was gonna say like achievements for some reason, but starting next month for I believe only 1 or 2 weeks, the prize pool for these first place matches are gonna be doubled, I believe, but I think it was like a one-time donation and not a regular thing, so it might not be for that long. But anyways, my point is, guys, we have a lot of very generous people at Base Rate TV. A lot of you guys already support this, and I couldn't ask you to do more. But if you've ever considered donating like $5 to Base Rate TV, I would much rather you put in like $1 every week towards the OlimoLeague. I think it'd go much further. It keeps this tournament running. It makes the prize pool better for the players to reward them for their playing, and all these wonderful things. So do us a favor and check it out, guys. But yeah, I think that's the TLDR. Quick shout out, by the way, to our first sub of the day, Kitty the Neko. This guy actually donates to the channel quite a bit with a lot of very friendly messages. So thank you, sir, for that support.
Okay, so I have a couple of things just to mention in the game. Hunter went for 2 quick gases in his main, but he only mined 2 workers on each. So he did go for the relatively quick Nexus still, but still a quite delayed Nexus. So I'm really curious as to where his gas is going to go, because normally you'd do like a 1 gas expand, but in this scenario he's going to have a lot more gas to work with at an earlier time. So I'm a bit interested to see as to where that goes. And meanwhile, I went for the quick 3 barracks, full workers off gas after getting that Reaper. Yeah, the Reaper is out. And he's going to try and get some scouting information here. And there's a Twilight, so that's where the gas is going. Maybe a blink all in, or maybe just pressure.
Blink all in actually is not something I would rule out at all. I forgot we're going back to these old maps, and a lot of these old maps really complimented Blink, I guess we'll call it. The Terran enemy is going to try and not be biased about this, but
he's going to see him with the Reaper. Oh, wow.
Yeah, nice scout. Great scout, too.
Yeah. It's very important.
Oh, but that cancel. I think he did it too soon.
Yeah.
Alive saw the cancel. Alive saw the cancel.
Oh.
I mean, let's be honest. There was like 1 second until it completed, and he couldn't actually cancel it anymore. But still, like that was. I
think he could have waited maybe another. Yeah, I don't know. That was not good.
Yeah.
Oh Christ. Okay, well, Marine's catching a Stalker. Maybe no. Stalker's gonna get pulled back here. So just turned on the Robo. Now he's got 2 gateways. So he's gonna just go normal macro. I don't even know. It's just getting really strange.
I know, like, okay, so I was getting so... I really think he should have just kept and gone for Blink, though, because if we're going to be honest, I mean, you don't have to use Blink to all in. Blink becomes a very integral part of the late game where you've got Stalkers protecting your Colossus against Vikings. You know, like it's a regular part of the matchup. So that cancel really just, it makes so little sense to me, man. Like the way it was done, the fact that it was done, like there's so many things weird about that. But I guess the trade-off is keeping that gas lets him get Colossus out much sooner. Faster Colossus can sometimes mean more power, especially coming against very heavy bio army, kind of like what Alive's got going for him. So this may not be the worst case scenario for Hunter. It's still awkward as hell. Like, like, you know what that Twilight Council was like asking out your first girlfriend is what that was, right? Like it's just so painfully awkward. Like, I still keep going back to it, you know, like 20 years later, you're still thinking about it, like, oh, why did I do this, or why did I say that? Like, that's what that Twilight Council was, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was awkward, but yeah, I see he's stopped processing, but he also has a lot of gas, so he would have actually been able to get Colossus and Blink there, but I mean, I guess he's just gonna go Colossus all in. I don't know, he's picking a lot of gateway. Okay, there's Colossus starts, and a lot of gateways, and no Forge, so I think this is going to be a very, very delayed Colossus all in.
I feel like it has to be. I mean, like you're not taking a third comfortably on this map, no matter where you take it. Drops are always going to be such a big deal. I mean, for the same reason Blink is strong on this map, is the same reason drops can work too. Lots of way to abuse this.
Well, I mean, there is that, you know, kill the rocks, that third base. It's not that hard to defend, right?
Yeah, but then you get like the Star Station event where like, you just keep picking up and dropping on that cliff. Zealots, Warp-ins don't cut it. You need Stalkers type thing, but
yeah, sure. But yeah, okay.
Like,
a lot of gateways.
For Alive too, like we're talking about like Hunter doing the 2-base all-in. Like Alive's kind of in that same boat. Like you move it 3 racks is pretty quick. His 1-1, or sorry, not his 1-1, but rather his 1 in combat shields is going to time out pretty nicely with one another. I kind of feel like that's going to be the trigger to go. But without Medivacs, he can't get a lot done.
Yeah, it's also going to be interesting to see if he goes out to 5 axis or if he does go for that third CC eventually. It's still on 3 axis for now, spending his money pretty well. Oh, those Marines, man! Oh no, the Observer has spotted them and they might get force fielded. Wow.
Yeah, good catch out of Hunter. I was kind of hoping to actually hide behind the bushes. Wouldn't have been too bad of an idea. Because this is something that hasn't been used in maps I feel in a long time, but lots of like the high ground vision in the middle of the nowhere, like you can use these bushes to cut off vision, and I mean it helps. It really.
I mean there was
really
the Observer, but yeah. Would have been something that he could have done. Oh god, this Colossus might fall. There's not a lot of buffer here.
You know what? I think it's still going to die either way. There's just too much. You can stim forward and catch it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not on the cliff like that. But against the Mothership Core.
And I mean, this is the thing with the Colossus all in the sentries. That's almost what it's all about. You know, you've got to force field that army away. You know, make sure you're not getting surrounded by the bio and Guardian Shield. Like those sentries are such a big part of the Colossus all in army, and it's only 1 left now. So even though the Colossus count is going up to 3. If you know, Alive just gets his Vikings out, not having, you know, many force fields at all, that's going to be a massive problem.
You know, it's interesting. There's players out there like I remember talking to Illusion about this one time, where like you know sometimes when you pull your SCVs, because it happens a lot in Terran versus Protoss, it's just to burn the force fields if nothing else. I mean like. That same effect gets done, but picking off the sentries this early, like he no longer needs to pull the boys, so to speak, right? Like that's the same level of logic. But oh, these 2 Colossus! If only Alive had stayed, he probably could have got 2 of these for free. One of mine's in a pretty interesting spot. Might get a shot off here on top of the sentries. Gonna be really nice.
He realizes that Colossus are out of position, and he just stims on these Stalkers and sentries. Really nice move by Alive.
Like there's just 2 Colossus left. There's no recall. Marauders are just gonna stim into this. Oh, this is falling apart for Hunter very quickly. GG. Alive will take game number 1.
Yeah, yeah.